garden.
Good to be home.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on this, isn't there?
I was hoping we might... Your timing is most fortuitous. I'm on... We're in uncharted territory. Of course, now that I understand more about what's going on, it seems plain as day. And yet I never would have imagined it before. The tertiary trunks have also liquefied their interiors, but they're not vibrating. I thought perhaps it was some sort of defect, but it's much simpler. They're listening. I don't. Not for sure. It's all a theory, certainly, but it is completely supported by the data and observation, like all good science. It's the best we have to go on right now. That's a very reductive and borderline insulting way of looking at things. I believe this tree is sending vibrations out over massive distances and expecting to detect sympathetic vibrations in return. As of yet, there's been no response. I suspect that will not change. No, I'm sorry, but I believe that reaction is premature. There's still one thing I'd like to try. Now, as of yet, there has been no response. And clearly, while it can't be ruled out that the intended recipient of these messages was cut down over 100 years ago, the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective emerged from the Narian War. As a gesture of peace and goodwill, a near-literal olive branch... No, nor in the short run, as it turned out. Of course, you can't just uproot a native species and plunk it down on some other planet in a totally different environment and expect it to grow. Clearly, no exobotanists were consulted ahead of time. The end result was wholly predictable. The tree died within a few short years. Clever, but no, not necessarily. The tree died, yes, but branches were kept. At least one still exists in the museum there in the city. If I had that branch, I could get DNA samples, and then using various data I've gathered, I could attempt to simulate a response. We could then broadcast that response and hopefully calm down our friend here. But as I say, I need that branch. The museum in Aquila City is under the supervision of one Miss Kassler, I'm told. I don't know anything about her, but hopefully she'll be willing to... All right, off you go.
The United Colonies Vanguard program.
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
Are you working toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryuji... Industries help you get there. Fill out an application.
Evening, sir.
It's good to be back on board.
Do you need something, Captain? Missed the sound of my voice, huh?
Painful memories or not, it's good to be home.
What can I do for you, boss?
Hello again.
You're out there a lot, right?
Scanned as you enter
In
the city.
space?
Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. Clear.
Contrary to what you might have heard, UC security personnel are good people. And Sergeant Yumi just happens to be an old friend.
Zara, good to see you. Listen, I smoothed over that incident between Matteo and Rosa at the Sanctum.
I'd hardly call it an incident, more of a debate, really. But I appreciate it just the same.
Not a problem. In the meantime, maybe you could tell him to take it down a notch.
Can do. Thanks again, Sergeant.
Ah, if it isn't my favorite, crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for me. Yep. Something just came in. Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Good. A restaurant over in the residential district. Caters to a very fancy. It's the kind of place where forks come in different sizes. See you later.
All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them anywhere else.
Remember the
Dealing in art is
It was almost pure
more
black.
exciting than one would think.
Keep doing that, and you'll land us in prison.
I don't remember anything after the second class.
You'll find my
Not
pen
one
pal
thing.
Hattie in Cydonia. And thank you.
If the bartender has a mystery drink for you to try, don't.
There is simply... I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties were inebriated. While I wasn't privy to the entire argument, Hugo and Octavio had been dining here together for quite some time. So, it was surprising to see them at each other's throats. I assume that would be the slender gentleman, Hugo Fournier. He was the one who excused himself after UC security arrived. I believe he lives in Athena Tower, although he may be checking out soon. But I would start there.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Having a good one? Don't be stupid! Stop! Now!
The hell do you think you're doing? Hey! Give that back! The hell do you think you're doing?
You're making things harder for yourself!
Doing?
Oh, I can't believe that, Octavio. Yes, the man who... Wait, what? He's accusing me of theft? The nerve of that Lothario! 5 years we were together, half a decade! And he threw it all away for that waiter! As soon as my assistant finishes packing my things, I'm taking the first tram to the spaceport.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Okay.
How can I help you, Captain? Ah, perfect. Excellent. I'm sure that you acquitted yourself well again. Hardly surprising for a captain of the UC Vanguard, but here, take...
Always good to see another badge.
I desire no company. Lee, I have nothing to say. I am a prisoner, trapped by a weak people who do... The Great Serpent called me to fight the unbelievers in the United...
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is. Yeah.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
This is United Colonies Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband. And we're done. Welcome to Mars.
In frosty temperatures like this, there's nothing better than a flask of a good English whiskey to keep you warm.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan completed. Welcome to Mars.
Need some work done?
In the engines, leeches on the hull, multiple leeches.
Anything I can help you with?
Suppose that would explain the brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Mid five figures.
5 figures? 5?
Sure, have at it.
do it. I'll be at the bar. Find me when it's... Done.
We're on it, sir.
Building Cydonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape.
Going to have to lug cargo across town.
Almost break time. Come on, you can make it. The miners pretty much run the lower levels here.
Sorry. What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last... You know,
Come on,
I
forget
believe
it. Let's
we've
get
got
out
the
of here.
best mining team
Maybe
ever.
it's not too late to catch a ride back home.
Welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor. Mining Director for the Deimos Mining Project here in scenic underground Cydonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat. So long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah. Unfortunately, all our mining contracts are filled right now.
Unless... maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books.
3, 2, 1.
Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some more. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Of course not. I'll pay you out of my own pocket. I care about my miners, even if corporate doesn't understand our struggles down here. I'm willing to put in some sacrifices to help. That's just the kind of guy I am. If I had the credits to buy all the equipment myself, I would. But this? When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing.
If you're going to use the elevators or stairs to reach the other levels, try to keep them clean. I hate violent weather reports.
Ain't you brave, coming to see a bona fide tracker?
That was private property, you know.
Hey, darling. You look like the type who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty. The Trackers Alliance can always use more bounty hunters to round up and kill wanted criminals. If that feels like your speed, talk to me. Or check out our posts on the mission boards. Actually, wait. I heard about you.
You've done good work for us before, haven't you, darling? Hey, you looking for more work? I'm wondering if you might be up for doing me a favor of the personal kind, off the books. Good. Here's the short of it. I'm only stationed here because I made a mistake. Killed the wrong bounty, and the right one got away. It's bugged me ever since. Now, I heard rumors that this no-good, dirty quarry's been lurking around Mars, but I ain't had the good fortune of him strolling on in here. I think he's smart enough to know better. I got a plan in place to find him, but I gotta prove to my other tracker contact that he's here. That's where you come in. Just gotta plant a sensor. No danger to you. Alright, so you're gonna want to take this here sensor and put it way up at the tippy top of the old Mars launchpad tower where it's nice and unobstructed. You're gonna want to make sure you've got a boost pack to help get yourself up there, or else it's gonna be a tough climb. Mars gravity's on the low side, but not that low. It'll track down my Mark's chip signal, assuming he shows, and I'll call in my partner to take care of him. Clear out and come back to me as soon as you're done so you don't spook the quarry. Get it? Got it? Good. Trackers normally work a... Oh, darling, a bounty on you. Huh. This ain't a normal bounty. Looks like someone's paying Ecliptic and paying them good. But don't worry, sugar, I got you. For 3,000 creds, I can make sure your sheet's as clear as a summer night on Parima. Careful out there. You place that sensor and my mark is as good as dead. Mission boards? Yeah, you'll find one here in the... Trackers Alliance posts bounty jobs on them, but you can find all sorts of freelance missions. Good way to make some creds. Hey, y'all better not be taking all the fun jobs yourself, you hear? I'm almost done with this assignment, so you better leave some for me. Bye. Hope I never have to kill you. Layla's been going on about the heart of Mars again. When's she gonna give it a rest?
I could use a break.
Mars isn't for everybody.
Take care of your ship. Could end up costing you otherwise.
Hi there, friend.
Okay. Hello.
You picking a pocket or a fight?
Oh, hello there. Have you been there long? What? Oh, heavens no. These bags under my eyes are just... how I look? Okay, you got me. But I can do... But, oh my, I've forgotten... Phil Hill at your... Yes, it rhymes. My parents had a thing about rhyming. My siblings are named Bill, Jill, and Sil. But there I go again. You aren't here to talk about me. You're here to talk about List.
Sounds like we're about to hear a sales pitch.
You know, silly. List. The League of Independent Settlers? Do I detect a glint of recognition in your eyes? I think so. How can I help make today your very best day? Why, we help people. We get folks set up and able to start new lives in new places, free of governmental interference. We survey the stars, find suitable places matching people's needs, and get folks started with the essentials. I don't suppose you have a ship? Interested in earning some easy credits? That's terrific, because I have a lot of work needing doing. This stack of papers here, these are just the most recent applicants looking for new worlds to settle on. Everywhere I go, people are really excited about the prospects of living a truly free life, living where and how they want to. I've got a cargo hold full of stacks just like that. Oh boy.
That's not our problem.
Oh, of course not. I wouldn't make you do my paperwork for me. Although, I wouldn't mind the help. Used to have an office on Aquila, but, you know, but it turned out for the best. Now they send me all... I'm a people person, as... Not to worry. The mountains of papers are my responsibility. We're looking for folks with ships and or basic people skills to seek out suitable planets and leads on potential clients. I don't suppose you possess either of them. You know, I can tell that you do, just by the little we've interacted already. Most importantly, we need to collect data on habitable planets. The more habitable, the better. Secondly, we're always looking for new applicants. So, as you travel around meeting people, I'm pretty sure I overheard some people in here talking about wanting to start... Excellent! Thank you. Whoops! Nearly forgot.
Pardon?
It is illegal to transport plant or animal life to Mars without going through official EC channels or our transporting partners. Adherence to this law is imperative in order to...
Fancy seeing you here.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes? What?
Hello, traveler. Will you join me for a while? You strike me as someone with an interesting story. Call it... Meeting a kindly stranger is always... Sightseeing on Mars. My intuition about you must have been correct. Most stuff... You must be more interesting than most people. I appreciate the sentiment. Consider my interest piqued. Are you willing to pay? I dislike taking money. I'll work to make it up to you. Let me think about it. For you, I'm glad you understand. You know what? I may be starting to like you. All right, I'll do it. I can pay the rest of the fees out of pocket. I understand. Safe travels.
Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure this article.
Howdy.
Find stable ground or remain seated. In the
How's
event
it?
of unforeseen trouble.
Can't say I'm a fan of excitement and drama around here.
Can you believe people used to think the nearby mountain was a phase on the surface of
Been
Mars?
serving drinks here for over
Ridiculous, huh?
40 years. Few places can offer that kind of stability. He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out.
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
It's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a wreck. Come on. Life on... Yeah. And maybe he's not good. Don't try to guilt. That's enough. Either...
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll through.
Oh, please. 2 strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't?
Fine. Agreed on a discount, right? Last time he was here, Moera kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine.
Keep it simple or keep to yourself. And everyone will be happy.
Don't be caught on Martian surface without proper protective gear. All outside surface activities require the use of a certified safety suit.
Hey, good to see you.
Look at this place. I can't imagine being cramped down here, choking on the fumes and the dust. No trees, no grass. It's depressing.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular?
Commerce never rests. So if you wouldn't mind.
Whoa, whoa. What the heck you doing?
You bothering me for a got something on your mind, love? Then spit it out. You bet your arse we do, love. You've got all these dusties crammed into this tin can of a city, scrambling to use their profit shares to pay their bills. If they have a thin month in the mines, the credits are still due. So we're here to buy anything and everything people want to sell. And I do mean everything. If you... Sure. Mission boards where you should go if you're looking for your one. You'll tend to find them at local watering holes near spaceports, like the Broken Spear here in Cydonia. All right, let me get back to work.
How's it going? Can I help you?
Caution. Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated. In the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in...
I'm going to pretend you didn't just steal that.
2, 1. Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity. This is a courtesy reminder that despite the low gravity on Mars,
Yo, hey, what's up? I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything and I'll...
please exercise caution near balcony edges.
Man, sorry, I can't really say that. Really, they told me not to say... All I know is that we're running a business here. And I was told to take an alt... and listen, I'm not gonna worry about anything other than that. See you around. Take your time. Cool. That's what we... Yo, stay good out there.
Go to Mars, they said. The pay is great, they said. So's the...
buddy Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out.
Many of the sequences were shot on location, with the director insisting on authenticity at all costs. But the extravagant gamble paid off, and the movie is poised to take the awards by storm.
My brother works at Stroud.
If you need a little, touch up, I'm happy to help. I'd give anything for a transfer to another enhanced office. Somewhere more white collar would be nice. Certainly. Be safe.
Pickpocketing is a crime. Or have you forgotten?
News you can trust.
I keep telling myself, next year, it's back to New Atlantis. Out to the backwoods and back to civilization. But they keep increasing my salary.
Hey.
Let me guess. You're here because... Well, that's a relief. You'd be surprised. Happens at least once or twice a week. Sorry. I know it's my job to help people, and I love doing it. I'm Dr. Flynn. I've heard of experiments like this. A standard gene therapy procedure. It's perfectly safe. Take all the time.
What was stolen, why and how it was stolen are all unknown at this time. In a press statement,
a reminder that particle detonation can occur beyond the city limits between the hours of 0600 and 1800 local time.
Boris is good people, but I prefer Joy's line of thinking. Being a miner is dreary. Being a mining executive is... I came to do a little good old-fashioned soul-searching. You'd think it'd be easy to find, given it's my soul, but... I lived a pretty quiet life to start, but got into trouble, did the whole... Dad used to say I was made reckless by boredom. Later.
Most visitors can't wait to get off this rock.
There's nothing like seeing old soul coming through the big window in the morning.
Whew. What a long day.
There's a pickpocket! UC Security, get back here now! UC Security, you're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being Other than that, I'm not at liberty to Smart decision. Stand by.
It might not be Jamison, but this ship is starting to feel like home.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble?
I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk.
Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back.
You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat.
The prisoner's ready, sir.
I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. Says here you spent some time as a diplomat. That isn't quite what we do around here, but still, having a way with words might prove useful. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Good. You'll find that I'm a stickler for details, and I'd hate to discover that your file is incomplete. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. Smart decision. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses. Heavy losses. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colony. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few. Or, you can throw all that away. Of course you have a choice. It's just... So, what do you say? You go... Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go. So,
To
it's a
Venus?
Theop instead of serving the time.
Maybe another
Gotta
time.
be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone. Infiltrate infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts. Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship, and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine a worse way to go? I know I couldn't. But I wouldn't worry about it, since
Go on. I wouldn't leave the commander waiting.
Yes?
Conde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
Excuse me. Hello.
Let's go. Move it. All right. This is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Conde should be waiting for you.
Howdy.
Pardon. Most of our operations team graduated top of their class at the Academy. If there's fleet out there, we'll find them.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Good. I have just the right place for you. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bolden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Cydonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. If you would kindly continue. You were saying you have permission to speak. Please, finish your thought, so that we can move on to other business. Please, finish your thought, so that we can move on to other business. You were saying you have permission to speak. If you would kindly continue. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince... Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation... That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes. If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we would... Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the... Then you better learn to swim. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life. Just use your best judgment. Trust your I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, as an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path. The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. All of their morals and social graces fall by the way. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warned. That's what I wanted. Anyway, It's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the... Now, that's easy to answer. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a Beyond that, for your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware. Basically, if you land in jail, good luck.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes, hell, You have to understand that my agitation with that minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence. It's not generous, it's motivational. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Cydonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. That should do it. Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so... Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular... Well, I don't think I need to... Not really, no. No, it's not really. Let's just stick to the job at hand, but, maybe we... Let me know if you need anything else.
Hey.
Okay, hello.
Excuse me.
Where to next?
Did you need something?
What's up?
Always nice to kick back at the broken spear after a long day.
I have a pen pal in you. 20 years ago, I moved to Cydonia on a whim. Never thought I'd stay for as long as I have. Still doing things by hand, huh? I keep telling her she needs to act her age, not the stone one. But some people think being difficult builds character. Oh no. I hope this doesn't mean... Me too. But Sawadi's letters... I need to go see her. If she's really on death's door, then thank you for bringing...
I wish we kept the ship's gravity this low. It's an awfully pleasant sensation.
If you know anyone in need of food or shelter, please send them my way. The Sanctum Universum will provide. There are many stories and films about demons, ghosts, and other entities on Mars.